Thank you, Mr. Chair. We discussed this bill yesterday in what we are hearing, and it made me think of critical race theory. Critical race theory is about educational, scientific, historical knowledge of the past, which some people think is disturbing because it disturbs them to think that we had slavery in this country, that we had Jim Crow for about 80 years, that we didn't allow blacks to vote forever unless they could count all the peas in a jar. So we got a critical race theory. We didn't like the idea that we killed so many Native American Indians and it was almost a genocide. We want to get rid of that too. This is critical law theory. The Republicans don't want people, and Donald Trump doesn't want people to know that he is a convicted felon. And he wants to find any way in the world to end that. And he wants to say, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm perfect. I'm the greatest guy in the world. Everything happens with me. He got convicted on 34 counts, felonies, by juries that every single juror said guilty, 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 guilty. Donald Trump is guilty, and no matter what you do with this law, he's guilty, and history will record it as such. But what you're trying to do is do his work to have critical law theory and to erase what is a fact in courts. The state court did it in Georgia because, yeah, that's where he called the governor and said, just find me 10,734 votes. I want to change Georgia's election. I want you to cheat in Georgia and get me some votes so I can have the votes to become president. That's a Georgia case. He was interfering with Georgia's state election and Georgia state law to get Georgia's electoral votes. Should have been in state court. But no, Donald Trump doesn't want anybody to think he did anything wrong. So he wants to remove it to a federal court and maybe get it into a court with a judge like Eileen Cannon that'll go, yes, Mr. Trump, what you want? That's what they want. They want judges who have no guts, who have no respect for their oath of office, like Eileen Cannon, who embarrassed us with putting off the classified documents case, and who repudiated by the Court of Appeals. They found her actions to be sophomoric at best. These bills are absurd, and for us to be doing them shows us to be supplicants. We take an oath to support the Constitution. Yeah, we can change laws, but this is about critical law theory. Critical law theory. No, Donald Trump did nothing wrong. Donald Trump, in fact, should have been on the Supreme Court because he's smarter than everybody. He knows the law and never would violate it because he knows it better than any of us. Well, BS. I yield back my time.
Will the gentleman yield?